Hi, this is Balachandra, Assistant Professor, CC Department, Ananthalakshmi Engineering College. Today I would like to give video lecture on communications models from the first unit for the third year CSC. IoT device found anywhere in the world and uses of the IoT device are gradually increasing. As operational perfection, it is important to understand and know the various IoT devices are present and how the IoT devices are communicating with each other. In order to understand these communications models, we have the four communications models. First one is a request response communication model. Second one is publisher subscriber communication model. Third one is push-pull communication model. Fourth one is exclusive file communication model. So in this slide, I will like to explain about request response communication model in details. In the request response communication model, it will follows client server architecture. In the client server architecture, the main concept is the client will generate a request to the server as it required any information. Then the server will take the request, then process the request and then generate the relevant responses from the databases. So in this client server architecture, it will this model is a stateless communication model. Why means the record of client and server it will not store any connections regarding informations. So that it is we can call as a stateless communications. Then you can see the diagram here. The client will generate a request to the server, then server will process the request and it will fetch the data for the relevant request. Then it will send to the client as a response. Then go to the second communication model, that is publisher subscriber model. In the publisher subscriber model, we have three components, that are publishers, brokers and consumers. There is no direct relationship between the publishers and the consumers. In between the publishers and consumers, we have the brokers. The publishers are the source of the data, means the publishers will generate the data and the data will be sent to the brokers. Brokers are the responsibility to maintain the data and it will categorize the data and it will send relevant consumers. Consumers will subscribe for the particular topic. You can see the diagram here. See, the publishers will generate the data, then send to the brokers. Then brokers will maintain data as a topic wise. Then the topics which consumer is subscribed to the particular topic, that only given to the send it to the particular consumers. Then go for the third communication model, that is push-pull communication model. In this push-pull communication model, also you have the three components: data consumers, then data publishers and data queues. In between data publishers and consumers, we have the data queue. The publishers will generate the data, then it will the publishers will push the data into the queue. Then in other side, the consumers will be there. The consumers will pull the data. You can see the diagram for better understanding. You can see here publishers will generate the data as a messages. Then that message will be placed on the queues. These are the queues. From the queues, the publishers will push the message to the queues. Then consumers will pull the data as per the requirement. Then they will use. Then go for the third communication model, that is exclusive pair communication model. It will follows the bidirectional and full duplex communication model. Here the client and server need to be connection. It is follows the connection oriented. You can see the diagram here. See, first the client will generate will provide one request to the setup for the connection. Then server will give the response to accepting the request. Then the message will be sent to the message means request will be sent to the server. The server will process the request and send to the client. This process will continues bidirectionally and full duplex manner. After the completion of the data exchanging between the client and server, then the client will again it will request for the connection close. Then server will give the response for the connection close. Then connection will be closed. Like that, it will be communicate both clients and server. These are the four communications models which are presented in the IoT. Thank you.